Assalamu alaikum everybody, to my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. And if you're not Muslim, hi, how are you? Welcome, you're absolutely welcome here. Today we are going to be talking about fasting, dedication, and dua. If you're new to my channel, my name is Angela. I am an Islam Muslim woman and I like to talk about things that inspire me, and I love to talk. So it's the perfect outlet for me and for you. Ashhadu Allah ilaha illa Allah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Wait, I did it. I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship except our God, Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of our great God, Allah. My videos are specifically tailored to people I relate to, which is a woman, so I like to tailor my videos to women, but the men can be here too. We can learn from each other, especially younger women who are just kind of figuring out their faith and figuring out what works for them. I would love to be part of that experience and journey. And for this video today, we're going to be talking about fasting because I am fasting today. Just my experiences with fasting, and if you're new to Islam or learning about it, I'm going to explain why we fast from my own experience and perspective, and as well what I've learned from this wonderful book. Let's go right into it. Number one. I have called this the FDD because I was just playing around with syllables and words, but FDD means fasting, dedication, and dua. These are like the three things that we really emphasize and give forth to the world on Ramadan. And also I think that this should be implemented in your day-to-day life. So this should be literally when you're feeling down, do FDD. Fasting, dedication, dua, on top of your 5 daily obligatory prayers. So, why does somebody fast? And I'm going to say it from a faith perspective as well as a scientific health perspective. Muslims fast because our Prophet fasted. And fasting helps you receive spiritual information easier. Your energetic frequency becomes lighter when you're fasting. It also helps you connect with God, Allah, easier, and it helps your prayers in dua have greater impact when you make them. So when an Islam or Muslim person fasts, specifically in Ramadan, we are fasting from when the sun comes up. We are not touching food or water, depending on if you have certain needs. You might have exemptions to water or light foods. And you're fasting all the way into our second to last prayer of our 5 daily prayers, in which you would do the prayer and then you will break your fast, specifically with dates or milk, and then you will have a meal at the very end of the day before our last prayer, Isha. The health version of fasting, when you fast, my dear brothers and sisters, my friends, if you're learning, or if you already know this, just thank you for being here anyways and listening. But when you fast, you are allowing your channels to open. You are allowing your mind to reprogram and recognitize and relax. You will feel so relaxed when you start fasting. The peace you'll find in yourself. And here's why. Here's why. Please hear this. Listen to this. When you fast, you are very tedious and careful with where you put your energy because you have a lesser amount of power or energy when fasting. Depends on the day and depends on your glucose levels in your body, of course. Everybody's different. But when you're fasting, you might be more abrupt or easier to get frustrated because your energy is already sitting at a flesh level or sitting at more of a monotone level. Like it's very centered. So you might be easier to tip to one side of frustrated or a little irritable when you're fasting. Now, this is where the test Allah gives us, and this is where faith comes in. Can you relax into the experience rather than being reactive to the experience? This is what I mean. If you are feeling irritable while fasting, it is an opportunity for you to look at where you're placing your energy in that time. You won't give so much of your energy to worrying or frustration or negativity or pity or gossip, because you're so focused on dedicating yourself to getting through your fast, you actually don't have extra energy to give to things that don't matter. You can't. So fasting teaches us discipline. It really does. You are disciplined when you're fasting. When you're fasting, you can't just lean into things that you're so easy to lean into, whether that's frustration or food or self-talk in a positive or negative way. You're actually dedicating yourself to discipline when you fast. Something that works hand in hand with fasting is you need spirit, you need Allah, you need His greatness to help you get through it. And it humbles you. Just as anything that makes you think in a different mentality can humble you, such as menstruation can humble you. If you're a woman here, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Fasting humbles you, and dua, prayer, will help you get through it, because you have to ask God for assistance, which is in an act of being humble and grateful. Allah asks of us to be humble and grateful. This is how we receive, and this is how we give to society. This is how we give to God. We be humble, we be grateful. Alhamdulillah. Truly, the way to get through your prayer is to be humble and grateful. That is what's going to get you through it, and that is what's going to give you the right prompts to ask for help. And this definitely ties into make dua even if you don't need it. Even if you're in a really good time, make dua. Praying at all times, not just when you need something, creates an instillment of consistency in our mind. It helps us become better people, because we learn that we don't just ask for something when we want it, not just when you need something. It creates consistency in our mind, our mentality, our brain. It creates consistency in our actions. And this leads also into, you don't know what consistency is until you know what rest is. Hear this. MashaAllah, hear this. You don't know what consistency is until you know what rest is. Okay? So go easy on yourself is what I'm saying. When I'm not sitting here telling you just be consistent and don't stop praying. Like, don't stop praying, obviously, but don't place a perfection field over top of you thinking that you have to be perfect for Allah. Be enough. Do enough and try, and Allah will do the rest. I promise. Just try. Allah will do the rest. And I also want to talk about menstruation really quickly on that note. This is for women. I'm saying this for women. Menstruation will teach you the power of rest in your consistency. In Islam, we don't do our 5 obligatory prayers, and we don't fast when we're menstruating. And it teaches you the value of your prayers. It teaches you the value of when you're in your prime to take action. Because when you're menstruating, you're tired, you're more exhausted, you have less energy, right? So it shows you the value of being consistent when you're able to. I really hope you can hear this. It shows you that value. It makes you realize, wow, okay, I should not take advantage of or be less fortunate of when I can take action. When I'm physically able to get up and pray, I should be praying. When I am physically able and healthy enough to fast, I should be fasting. That's what it teaches you. And men can also learn this too, from if you're sick, for example, and you can't, it's harder to pray, it's harder to fast. It shows you the value of consistency when you're able to, and that will help you be more grateful. So yes, this is our FDD. fasting, dedication, and what is it? Yes, is dua. Okay, do your prayers. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm sending love, and inshallah, follow me, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, tell me something about your experience in Islam. I would love to communicate and chat. Peace. Bye-bye.